Here she comes.
Yes, here she comes. Megan Boxall, now the fastest woman to run Britain's entire coastline.
I don't even really know what to say. It's been a really amazing, the last hour. It's just been incredible. My cheeks actually hurt. I'm smiling.
Boxall took up running to help with her mental health. Saltwater always on her left, she began racking up the miles in October, running the equivalent of 200 marathons in just 204 days.
I've gone through 11 pairs of trainers. I've eaten so many Mars bars.
A good part of the way, Boxall followed the King Charles III England Coast Path. That trail was inaugurated by His Highness in March and is set to officially open later this year. It'll be the longest managed coastal path in the world. But wait, coastal trail? You'll notice that it's not a complete loop. This is a good time to remind you of the difference between England, Britain, and the United Kingdom. The King's Path around England is 2,700 miles of trail. Megan's route around Britain was 5,420 miles. But guess what? Neither of those distances are accurate. And that has to do with something called the coastline paradox. A paradox is an idea that seems to contradict itself.
The town's barber shaves all men who do not shave themselves.
Does the barber shave himself?
You should always go to other people's funerals. Otherwise, they won't come to yours.
Or how a coin rolling around a stationary coin one time actually makes 2 full rotations? In the coastline paradox, a country has a specific shape, but we can't seem to measure its coastline. At least we can't agree on a measurement. Let's draw a country.
What you got going on here, Bing? Is this a country?
You don't recognize Bingland?
No, but how big did you make it?
We'll measure the coastline. 36 pinkies.
Okay, for argument's sake, let's try my ruler. Well, dang it. Looks like mine came out a lot longer.
Different thinkers have noodled the coastline paradox. English mathematician Lewis Fry Richardson was working on a theory about how the length of a border increased the chances of war between two countries. In his studies, he learned that Spain and Portugal had wildly different measurements for the length of the border they share. He eventually realized it was because of the scale used to measure the length, and that the problem applies to coastline shapes as well. In theory, you could keep refining the length using smaller and smaller rulers down to what's thought to be the smallest unit in the universe, called a Planck length. Or maybe to infinity? Enough. My brain is overheating. Maybe a run around the park would help. If I could figure out how far it is around the park.